What's important for you? For us, security for our families, our homes, our jobs. This is the stuff that politics is made of and has brought the four of us together. This is Yvonne Bolton, member of the Hispanic Association. This is Cedric Crenshaw, Republican Precinct Committeeman and former candidate for State Senate here in Illinois. And this is Ilana Vaughn, Republican Precinct Committeeman and candidate for City Councilwoman in Joliet. My name is Janet Solosky, and this is Our View. You know, I'm always fascinated when I think about the who, what, why, when, where political involvement. None of us are career politicians. And so when I think of how we got involved, because we all come from varying backgrounds. Now, you originally immigrated from Poland, correct?
That is correct. I was 7 years old when I came here.
And you were from Guatemala, right?
Yes.
And all of our educations are different. Our backgrounds are different. And yet we're here today. And I just find this very interesting. But how we end up here today because of our politics, some of the most interesting stories, well, the most interesting one I can think of is yours, Cedra.
You know, Janet, you could say that I immigrated to Illinois, too, from Pennsylvania. I, like a lot of people, got involved during the Tea Party movement. And I made the transition during that movement from rallying and contacting my elected officials via email and phone to actually running for office. I learned about becoming a precinct committeeman online. And so that's when I made the transition from being an activist to actually being a candidate. And before then, I had been attending my local school board meetings, raising questions and concerns and advocating for my children in that way. And so it was just a natural transition for me from becoming a concerned parent, a concerned citizen, an activist, to actually running for office. And because of my involvement as a precinct committeeman, I was recruited to run for state senate.
Fantastic.
And I know that a lot of people got involved during my campaign and have gone on to become candidates like Ilana.
I sure have. I mean, I definitely helped to, get the word out about your campaign and try to help you get you elected, and, just during that process, as well as the Tea Party movement and, everything that goes along with it. It's just a matter of getting involved within your community. It's a matter of getting involved in the beliefs that you have, making sure that, what you're doing is supporting your family. What you're doing is, representing your residents, representing the people that you, cohabitate with. And it's important that everyone gets involved. I recently got involved. I was never running for any position before then other than becoming a precinct committeeman. And I think it's important for everybody to just in one way or another get involved and, become an active member in your community. Whether it be politically, whether it be, involved in the PTA with children or whatever that, gets your voice heard, gets your opinions heard, and hopefully we can get a lot more, women and a lot more people involved that have their concerns and, can help our community. What do you think, Yvonne?
I think you're absolutely right. For me, politics has been like part of my life since I was a small child. My dad, we came here because of politics. My dad was in politics in Central America, so you could say, that is why we came here, in escaping political, persecution, you could say, because politics in third world countries is very scary, very scary. But the reason that I got involved, just more so recently is because because I love this country, and when I saw what has been happening lately, so demoralized me that I thought, I think it's time that we, like the rest of you, got involved. I need to get involved because I think at its very worst, the U.S. is the best country in the world to live in. Mm-hmm. And I thank God,
Definitely.
yes, and I thank God the day that my dad decided to bring us here. And that is why, I think that we need to get involved, and we need to be vigilant and be involved in every way possible.
Our voices definitely need to be heard. And
Exactly.
if we don't get involved, then, things will continue going about as usual. No changes are going to be made, and
Exactly.
it's up to us as residents, as citizens, as voters to get involved, make a point, make our voices heard.
We can no longer
that's part of it,
stand,
yeah.
exactly, we can no longer stand in the sidelines and watch this wonderful country that is the United States be what it's becoming.
And I think maybe some people might think, well, I could never get involved, I could never run for office, but there are so many other ways that you can be involved, whether it's helping out someone who is running for office. There's so many ways to volunteer and to help out in that respect. You can attend your local meetings in your own backyard.
Your local city council, your local school
exactly.
boards. It's not a matter of being a candidate or running for something.
Right. You can
I
write
mean,
letters to
ideally,
them.
yes, but
And, yeah, there's so many ways that you can be involved in, and like you said, at this point, it's really not an option, I don't think, for people to be involved.
You're right.
However you can be involved,
You're right.
it's really a necessity, and we can see that from what's going on all across the country when it comes to trying to balance budgets, whether it's on the local level or on the state level, and the very difficult decisions that need to be made even at the federal level. And so we all have to be very vigilant.
Well, and I know that I got involved because I felt so helpless. Who was I? Wife, mother, working in the local school districts. Who was going to listen to me? But I did try. And you get an assistant of an assistant who will listen to you for a few moments, and they shake their head, and they smile nicely, and you can just see their eyes glaze over. They're not listening. And that was it, I realized you could see it. Who was I? I was no one. Each and every one of us is someone. And the politician who does not remember that his constituents are the ones that put him where he is the one who's going to be out of a job. So I got involved with the local organization. And there's a lot to be said about that old motto that all politics is local. No matter what, federal, state, or local, it starts here and it ends at the ballot box. And that's why it's so important for involvement. I mean, look at the four of us. Look how much we've been able to do, not being career politicians. And we really have achieved a lot. And I think about if everyone else took this decision upon themselves to do something, look how much we could change
it just
the path
comes
of the country.
with each one of us. I mean, I definitely was inspired by Cedra's campaign and Cedra deciding to run. I mean, she didn't start out thinking, oh, I'm going to run for something. And neither did I. I mean, when I got involved in...
We're going to stop for a commercial break.